What's up, everybody? I am Jesse from Mullen the Maker, and today we're going over how I built an ice rink in our backyard in under 4 hours. Now, for the past few years, we wanted to build something in our yard that was a little more unique, but really fun for the kids to go out and play. We live here in Utah where there's a ton of snow and it's cold for like 4 months straight. And where we live particularly, it's usually in the 20s to 10s for an extended period of time. Now, this system is brand new from Toya Grid. We've used Toya Grid in the past. We love their brackets for their pergolas and other furniture, so we knew this was going to be an awesome and quick setup. Now, the first step was to clear out where we were going to put the ice rink. We had about 4 inches of snow, so we had to shovel that off. Now, this is being built at my father-in-law's house, so not at our house, and where we're putting it is where he puts his above-ground pool in the summertime. It's basically a big sandbox. So we cleared out all the snow using some shovels, and we went through and tried to level as much as we could. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect because the water will self-level. Now, we use pressure-treated 4x4 wood. It slides into the Toya Grid brackets very easily. On the corners, you're using the trios. That's what they call their brackets that have 3 ends that you insert the 4x4s into. Now, this space is going to be a 20 by 12, so it's not massive, but it is big enough for the kids to shoot some hockey pucks or just skate around. So we got 2 12-foot 4x4s for the ends, and then we had 10-foot 4x4s for the sides. In our kit, it came with 2 quads, which are their 4 pieces. Now, these 4 pieces go into the middle. Now, these middle supports, we added in a 1.5 foot 4x4 piece out of the back and staked it into place. This will help it from flexing in the middle of the ice rink. Once the frame is all put together, you use their 4x4 sleeve attachments to go up. Now, we measured how big the white panels that they send are. Now, these acrylic panels will be the entire sidewalls around the edge, which is really cool because it makes it look like an actual hockey rink. Now, on the edges, we wanted them to be tall so that way we could run lights around the whole thing. So at night, if the kids want to skate, we could just turn on the lights and they can have a good time. Cut some 4x4s to the correct height and put a 2x4 on top of all those 4x4s. We used 3-inch screws and screwed right into the top of the 2x4 into all the 4x4s. Next step was to lay down the liner. Now, this liner will be the waterproof liner that the water will sit in. You don't want it to crack or tear, so be careful with it while you're spreading it out. Now, our liner was bigger than we needed, so we cut that down, but we did leave extra all around it, so that way we could cover the frame and staple it to the outside so the entire thing looks completely white. We drilled through every panel with just a drill bit, pilot holes, that way that we wouldn't crack the acrylic if we just tried to screw straight into it. Then we added some fat head 1.5-inch screws, and we put it all on the top edge and in halfway down. We didn't screw into the bottom of the panels because we felt like if we did that, we'd be puncturing the liner underneath those panels. We didn't want it to leak out or anything, so we just did the top and the middle. We worked one complete long side, worked the shorter sides, and then finished off on the long side. Throughout this whole process, we're trying to pull the tarp or liner tight. That way there's not ripples on the bottom. Overall, it's a pretty simple process to get this whole thing set up. After we got the liner in, I drilled through the top of the 4x4 posts that were standing tall. We cut them around 6 feet, and I put an eye bolt in each one so we could hang our lights. After that, it was time to fill up the whole thing with water. Now, they suggest that you freeze the water in several different layers. We started with about 1 inch, that was the goal, but in some areas, one corner, it was lower than the other, so there's about 2 inches over there. It was thinner in the middle, and then on the sides, there was about 1 inch as well. Now, we froze that over, let it freeze overnight. Luckily, after we built this, we had 2-3 nights of in the single digits, so it froze very, very quickly. We added a second layer of water, and it completely leveled it out and made it perfect depth. And that's it. That was how simple it was. It took us less than a football game, and it was a long football game because it went into overtime, but still, it took us less than a football game, and it was really cool to put together, and our kids are already having a blast. Check my link in the description. You get a discount using my promo code, and it helps support me and the channel. Thank you for following the channel. I hope you liked the project. It was a lot of fun. Check out all my other projects, like some vintage trailer remodels, an adventure van remodel, and we also built at Spa Oasis. So check all those projects out. Check me out on Instagram as well for daily content. Thanks for following. See you guys next time.